Hey, I'm here again. Um, let's talk about not giving a fuck. So that's what I want to talk about. You're just gonna have to listen to it. Short more my riffs. Anyway, um, so when I was 12, I was a big George Carlin fan, and still kind of am. And I was watching this interview with him. I forget who he did the interview with, but he was doing an interview with someone. I think it was a national um, film thing. I forget whatever the fuck it was. And he was just talking. One of the clips was with him talking about growing up in school and how he just didn't really give a fuck about it because it didn't really matter to him. But he said it was good not to give a shit. And I took that philosophy to heart. And I still do. Because I think that's a very good fucking lesson to learn. Not to give a fuck about anything. Which is not to give a fuck, really. Um, One of the things I've noticed in my life is that there are there are things in life that I just don't care about. You know, schools or tests or you know, not going out or just just not caring about stuff that other people put on my life. Just doing whatever the hell I want to do. If it feels right, it is right. So do it. There's not really much I can say about that. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't really need to be not gonna be a long thing to, but I'm gonna try and drag it out for as long as I can, just because I feel like I have to explain it a little bit. But it's like math. I'm not good at math. I can't do math at all. And when I was in high school, I just could not do math for the sake of anything. They could put my fucking balls in a fucking steel trap and say, you gotta figure out this math problem. I could not figure out. If I could not do it, my balls would be gone. I got balls, man. And but I think it was good because it identified something that I just cannot do math. Math is not good for me. It wasn't like I was a super bad student. I could do fine. If I had applied myself, I'm pretty sure I could have aced everything, but I just didn't care. Because it wasn't what I wanted. I used to take my guitar to school with me every day, and I would just practice in one of the rooms. I would just keep doing that until my next class. And to me, that mattered more than anything. Because it was something I wanted. I gave a fuck about that. It wasn't this guitar. I got this guitar last year, but um, the other guitar, my Jackson guitar, my baby. If you watch either video, I did another video about the guitar. You can just look that up. Just click on the you know what to do if you've been on here not long enough. And I didn't give a fuck about math or English or history. I mean, I like history, but I don't have a fucking heart on about that. But I care about my guitar. I cared about what this thing could get me through because it was helping everything and whatnot. I was in a pretty bad place and everything, but the guitar was making it easy for me, and I saw a future with this. I see a future with music that I don't see in anything else. So I just dedicated everything to this. And I've seen myself, seen myself improving, and I just figure, well, this makes sense. It makes sense that I'm getting better at this because I care about this. I don't know why I can't get good at math, but I'm pretty sure a good chunk of the reason is that I just do not care about math. And I am not willing to spend the time on it. So why should I care? Why should I put effort and time into something that I do not care about? Why I could put time and effort to things I do care about, like my guitar or my lyrics. I care about that. So I should just do that. Seems pretty obvious, don't you think? But people will try and twist that. They'll say you have to work on your weaknesses. Because, what if something happens and you need to use this, and what if you can't use it? And to you, I say, fuck you. Because I'm not putting myself in a position, I'm not going to put myself in a position where I have to be reliant on skills that I am not good at. If I cannot swim, I can't swim. But if I cannot swim, why the fuck would I get on a boat in the middle of the ocean? That makes no sense, right? Or say you cannot, or say you're afraid of heights, why would you jump off a fucking mountain? What position would you need? What position would you put yourself in where you would need to do that? And I'm not talking about basic skills, right? Like, obviously, you should have a basic understanding of math, right? And addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. That's basically all you need. You don't need to understand the mean, median, and mode of your dick. You don't need to understand how. You do not need the Pythagorean theorem. That's what the fuck it is. You don't need to know that shit because what position are you going to be in when you need to use that? Why do you need to know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? I do not know. Well, apparently we just have to know that. Even though most of us will never be working in a science field. Most people that whoever the fuck is watching this. Yeah, I just don't understand that. If you're weak at something, why would you work on that? What you should work on is what you're good at. What you should work on, what you're good at. What you should work on is what you're good at. Yeah, work on what you're good at. Don't give a fuck about anything else, Because why would you give a fuck about anything else? Why would you give a fuck about what you don't care about? If you don't care about, traveling, why would you make yourself go to all these certain places? If you don't give a fuck about TV, why would you watch TV? If you don't give a fuck about math, why would you do math? It's kind of logic in a sense. If you don't like something, you should not do it. Obviously, though, you should have a basic understanding of it. You should know how to use a remote. And you should know how to add and subtract, but you don't need to get a deep understanding of all this other bullshit if you don't care. But yeah, just don't give a fuck. Do what you want to do. Yeah, that's about it. See ya.